Ooh, good morning, Cules around the world. It is time to wake up and Barca. No, it was not a dream. We did get humped upon last night by Bayern Munich. 3-0. Hashtag at least it wasn't 8. We're going to talk about those match results. We're going to talk about people freaking out on Ronald Koeman and saying that he's got to be out. My nephew Ayush sent me a message on Instagram earlier today, woke up to that, and it is nothing but comments from Barcelona fans saying, Koeman out, Koeman out, Koeman out. I'm not on that train. I'm not on that train whatsoever. We're not doing this again this year, guys. It's not going to happen. But we will talk about it. We'll talk about the match. We'll talk about player ratings. We'll talk about Ronald Koeman. We'll talk about where Barcelona go from here. All right, let's go ahead and get this party started. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the undefeated Mustache John. All right, so 3-0. It was rough. Just opening thoughts. Yes, Ronald Koeman got it wrong. Coming out with 3 in the back, Jordi Alba wide left in the midfield, Sergio Roberto wide right in the midfield, Busquets, De Jong, Pedri across the center of that midfield, and then De Jong, Luke De Jong and Memphis up top. I think what we saw was that Luke De Jong is incredibly slow, even slower than Busquets, which I did not think was possible. There were a couple of times when Luke could have been slid in there, could have gotten in behind, but just no amount of pace left in those wheels, which is not ideal for Barcelona, because what happened there was it caused us to be pinned back. It allowed Bayern Munich to push their back line as high up as they wanted to. So even when Barcelona had the ball and we're trying to get out of our own half, Bayern Munich had all 10 of their outfield players within about 20-25 yards of each other, making the field incredibly short, compact, and dense for us to pass through. We hardly got out of our own midfield in that first half. It was incredibly frustrating. A lot of that was because we were just playing long balls to Luke De Jong, trying to use him as a target. He was doing a good job of getting to those balls, but then nobody was running to win the second ball that was coming down. All the 50-50s were going to Bayern in that first half. So it was incredibly frustrating. It was very clear that we were not set up correctly. So I think that's primarily where you're seeing the Koeman out hashtag all over Instagram right now. The 3-0 result didn't help, but the formation that he came out with, I think, is a big part of why you're seeing that right now. As the match went on, about, the 33rd, 34th minute, Bayern finally get a goal in. It was not a situation where we finally got broken down or the pressure caved. It was a nasty deflection off of a long-distance shot that Ter Stegen ultimately would have had covered. Same with the second, same with the third. They were all deflected shots. They were rebound shots. None of them were Barcelona being broken down like we saw in that 8-2 victory the last time that we played them. So, yes, I'm disappointed with the 3-0. Yes, Ronald Koeman got it wrong. At the same time, we had so many injuries going into this match. So many injuries. Dembele, Ansu, Dest. Who else? Who am I missing? I'm missing Braithwaite, another injury. So we've got Luke De Jong, brand new signing up top in a new formation. Yes, we used it some last year, but we've got Memphis and we've got Luke De Jong up top who have never played in this formation for Barcelona before. What did you expect? So on that regard, yes, I think Ronald Koeman is going to be under some heat. All right. Outside of that, he did make some substitutions, which is out of character. We typically don't see him make subs until like the 85th minute or later. He made, 4 substitutions before the 65th minute. Coutinho came on, Demir came on, Gavi came on, and Balde came on for a now injured Jordi Alba, which we'll have to talk about. I was impressed by the youngsters. Not super impressed by Coutinho. I wanted to see him take on the match a little bit more, get the ball, take control of things, and be that creative spark, because we were struggling to find Memphis in this game. I think this was the first performance where I was not impressed by Memphis. but I think he was probably being asked to do a little bit too much in this match. Once we got those substitutions on and we switched to more of a 4-3-3 or maybe even a 4-2-3-1 at times, we saw more creativity. We saw the passing that is part of the identity, part of what you expect from Barcelona. So I cannot imagine Ronald Koeman is going to go back to that 3-back formation. I think he is going to be set in the 4-3-3 and just rely on the youngsters. If we're going to go down investing in our youth. That's the way to go. But I'm telling you, there are a lot of people, and I'll show you this and then we'll get caught up on the chat here. If you can see, let me zoom in for you all. This is what my nephew Ayush sent me on Instagram this morning. Oh, hang on. Let me turn off puppy cam there. Sorry about that. Where are we at here? There we go. Get that out of the way. Okay. So this is what my nephew Ayush sent me on Instagram. And as you scroll down, Koeman out, Koeman out, Koeman out, Koeman out, Koeman out. It is all Koeman out. Now here's the thing. These are all internet trolls, people who are venting their own frustration, people who have been saying Koeman out since he got here. But we are in the same exact situation that we were in, my friends. Nothing's changed. It is Project Restart at Barcelona. We need someone with a strong personality to manage the clubhouse. We don't have any other options. Xavi's not going to take this on. Who are we bringing in? Guys, it is September. Any coach worth their salt is at a club already. So don't give me this nonsense Koeman out. Who's going to coach for us then? I'll pose that question to the chat as I get caught up here. Coffee at Dawn, good morning. Steve, welcome back, dude. Good morning to you. Sidharth, hello. What do I think about Coutinho's performance? Not super impressed. I liked him for the first 5 minutes, and then that was it. I don't want to see him on the left wing. I want to see him in a attacking mid role. Steve says United and Barca had a good night last night. Oh yeah, real hot start for Barcelona and Man United. At least the American Jordan Pafok scored the winner for Young Boys. At least we got that going on. Coffee says we kind of expected a loss because this is a very young time for us. I'm just so upset that we didn't even get a single shot on target. Definitely an embarrassment. I wanted to see a little bit more, and we'll take a look at the stats here in a second, see if there's anything else that jumps out to us. I think if we would have gone with the youngsters in a 4-3-3 from the start, we would have had probably better results. And that, again, is, I think, driving a lot of the Koeman out comments that we're seeing on Instagram primarily. Steve says, well played to Young Boys, though. They played really well. From the highlights I saw, I think they did win it for him, as opposed to Man United losing. Well, except for that last goal. That was like Lingard coming on for Ronaldo, and then he gives away the ball like that. Terrible. Oshnik, how we doing, friend? Good morning to you. Says, it was unlucky night for Barca, again, with the goals conceded, at least with one forward other than Luke de Jong. We could have had a better finishing form. So win or lose, Barca for life. Absolutely win or lose, Barca for life. Visca Barca. Más que un club, mi amigos. There's multiple things to point to, okay? The match against Bayern Munich did not deter any sort of optimism or encourage any sort of pessimism in my feelings for Barcelona's upcoming season whatsoever. In my heart of hearts, I expected to lose this one. For multiple reasons. One, this is a rebuilding year. Two, we've got a handful of injuries on top of this being a rebuilding year. And three, Bayern Munich are an elite club and a Champions League contender. So 3-0 with 3 unlucky goals, that's fine. Hopefully this sparks something for the team. Hopefully this shows us that, hey, it's not going to be an easy run. Despite our good results in La Liga, for the first 3 matches, despite having 2 wins and a draw coming out of the gate, we have a lot of room for improvement when it comes to meeting the top European competition. And this is kind of along the lines of what I was talking about when I say that you can get away with having Sergio Busquets in the midfield for most of your season, for La Liga, for Copa del Rey, for most of the group stage even of Champions League. But when you go up against the elite teams, at times, it's just going to be too much. Now, granted, even with that said, I am proud of the performance that we put on. 3-0. Yes, it's an embarrassing loss. And yes, for Barcelona standards, it is unacceptable. But if you factor in all the circumstances around where we are as a club, the injuries, where Bayern Munich is, where we are in the season, we're only a month in, guys. We kicked off our campaign a month ago. Relax. Relax. That is my advice to the whole Barca community right now, is just relax, guys. Calm down. What else we got? Mr. Hustle, how we doing, friend? Where you been? Coffee, I will say, I gotta agree with you. And now that Jordi Alba, let's maybe catch up on that first. Let's do that. Now that Jordi Alba is potentially injured, I do believe we will have a hamstring problem. Not good. I do believe we're gonna have a chance to see Balde get some action in it. He was fast. He was assertive on the ball. He needs to work on his decision making a little bit. Lewandowski, you can say clinical, sure, but both of his goals, well, the one where he dribbled around PK was smart. His first goal was poop, and Araujo should have had that. He just wasn't paying attention. But I'm with you on that one, Mr. Hustle. I think that we saw the spirit in Barcelona that we wanted, especially in those youngsters. 5-10 minutes left in the game, we're still seeing them fight for the ball. We're still seeing them try to create chances, even though we're down 3-0. Steve says, United have the same situation with Fred in the midfield. We come up against our decent team. Fred gets found out. We need better. Yeah, there's a big gap between the domestic league and the elite teams in Europe. There just is. It's undeniable. I'm just teasing you, Mr. Hustle. You're good, brother. Glad to see you in here. All right, let's see. Fullback replaced at 74 minutes. We know that. Yada, yada, yada. This is what pisses me off about Barcelona's website. It never gives you any kind of update on how long he's going to be out, what happened afterwards. Just like, yeah, Jordi Alba got injured. It's like, cool, thanks. I know that because I watched the match, dude. Let's see if we get any update from BarcaBlaugranes.com here. Taking up Barca confirmed afterwards that it was a hamstring problem. Needs further tests to determine the severity. Discomfort, further tests. Okay, so we're just waiting on further tests then. Great. Here's the thing. If it's a hamstring, he's probably not going to be playing next week. We do have a match on Monday, which I'm going to... pretty upset about, you guys. I didn't plan my schedule very well, and I'm going to miss the first half of next Monday's game. We'll talk about that during the week. I'm upset about it. It is what it is. But yeah, with Jordi Alba out, we are going to get a chance to see Balde, you dum-dum, Alejandro Balde. Keita Balde is a completely different human. We're going to see Alejandro Balde. He'll make some mistakes. He's young. He is a Barcelona B player, but it is what it is. Greg, good morning to you, sir. Says, morning, not trying to be too harsh. Since he was thrown into the deep end, I've seen people in wheelchairs move faster than Luke de Jong. That's not nice. Plus, wheels are going to move fast anyway. Why do you think people in wheelchair move slow? They can definitely move fast. Bikes move faster than humans, but good joke anyway. Question, why did we not just hold on to Raymond I? Don't know, man. I don't know. He didn't play a single minute for the senior squad. Maybe it's just in training, Koeman saw something that he didn't like in him or didn't see something that he wanted to see. I don't know, dude. You could ask the same question about Emerson. Why didn't we hold on to Emerson now with Dest injured and we don't have a natural right back? I think financial situation is dictating what we're doing with our club right now, unfortunately. Danny Alves is a free agent. Oh, is he seriously? I would bring back Danny Alves in a heartbeat. Are you kidding me? Danny Alves would be, outside of Dest, he would be our best right back option. I had no idea. Is that seriously? Danny Alves news. Oh, man. He's a free agent. Leaves Sao Paulo 2 years after joining a mid dispute. Okay. So we can't sign a free agent though, right? What is all of this? Disagree to all. Okay. We can't sign a free agent, though, right? We can't register anybody. I'm sure free agents work a little bit differently than regular transfers, maybe. Nobody's won more in football than Dani Alves, yada, yada, yada. I love Dani Alves so much, dude. 38 years old. I don't care. Bring him back. Brazilian now linked with a number of MLS teams. Dude, if he comes to MLS and I get to see him play against FC Cincinnati, I'll go nuts. Absolutely nuts. If I meet Dani Alves, you guys, more trophies, yada, yada, yada. Okay, but maybe Barca? Maybe Barca in January? I don't know. That'd be cool. Danny offered himself to Atletico Madrid. Coffee, tell me that is wrong. Please tell me that's wrong. It can't be true. Mr. Hustle says Balde is a great prospect. According to me, he was good yesterday. I agree with that, and we're gonna get to see him now with Jordi Alba having a hurt hamstring. I'm tickled by that Dani Alves news though. Either way, if somehow we're able to get him at Barcelona either now or in January, that would be cool. I don't think we can register him in La Liga right now. But also if he joins an MLS team and sticks around and I'm able to see him play against Cincinnati, that would also be pretty cool. Not gonna lie. That would be pretty dope. Who else do we need to talk about? I think Demir had a better game. Yes, he had a bad giveaway to lead to that third goal. However, what I saw from him in terms of just his demeanor, his body language, he looked more confident on the ball. He looked like he was a little bit more comfortable with the ball at his feet, as opposed to what we saw in his La Liga debut a couple weeks ago, which was shakiness, insecurity, did not want the ball at his feet. Seemed like he was off balance the whole time. So I was happy to see that, despite, like I said, giving the ball away at the end there. Coffee says Dani Alves also can be a good mentor for our current wingback. He can be a good mentor for the entire club. He's got more trophies than I think anybody else who's playing right now. He is a pure legend on and off the field. I love Dani Alves. What do I think about Olmo? I have not seen him play enough to really say that I want him at the club or that he's going to make a difference. Right now, it's easy to look at offensive players and say that's what we need, but you got to consider that we have Dembele and Ansu Fati coming back. So in a few months, in 4 months, by the time we're able to sign somebody in January, we might have a more experienced Demir, a fit Coutinho, a healthy Dembele, a healthy Ansu, Memphis. That's 5 forwards right there. And then you factor in Braithwaite, De Jong. Who am I missing? Is that the only 2? That's the only 2. I keep forgetting we sold so many players. Excuse me. That didn't sound good. My voice is still a little bit hoarse from FCC game last weekend. Greg says, don't think it'll happen, but Alves would be great as a mentor for Des if he came back. Yeah, absolutely, dude. I would love it. Absolutely love to see him come through. Coffee says there's a lot of rumors about Barca following Olmo, Kessié, Tielemans, Pellegrini, Sven Botman, and Onana. I've seen some of those. So I've seen the rumors about Olmo, about Kessié, about Tielemans. I have not seen rumors about Pellegrini. That's interesting. Or Botman. But I did see Onana as well. Barca Messi, good morning. I think I missed you. Oh, no, you're the one that said that he's a free agent. Sorry, I was so excited by that news. Forgot to say good morning. Just saying that Dani Alves is going to replace Dest or Jordi. I don't think so. If Dani Alves came in and Dest is healthy, it'd be questionable. They might even split time. I don't know who would start, actually. That's a curious question. If Dani Alves did wind up back at Barcelona, does he start over Dest? I would hope not for Dest's development. I would hope that is not the case. Never really replaced Dani Alves, but that's almost impossible task. Well, yeah, you could say the same thing about Xavi, Iniesta, Samuel Eto'o, Puyol. None of those players were ever really replaced. We're getting close. But none of those guys were replaced. Out of those players mentioned, that Coffee mentioned, I think Tielemans would probably be top of my list for that one. I'm not too concerned about Onana. Kessié would be my second pick probably. I don't know much about Sven Botman, and I really haven't seen Pellegrini play too much either, so I can't speak too much to what they bring to the table. So maybe those are some players that I need to look into. Excuse me. A little bit more. Let's see what the headlines are in terms of Koeman out or anything like that. The aftermath of Bayern Munich versus FC Barcelona. Excuse me. I should have blown my nose. What are my thoughts on Koeman's comments in the interviews? I'm assuming you're talking about how he said something along the lines of Barcelona have a chance because of him, or Barcelona can win again because of him. Something along those lines where he's like, oh, it's because of me. I'm hoping that was just translated incorrectly. I don't know. Laporta didn't seem upset about it. He said he has a very strong, very open relationship with Ronald Koeman. Doesn't seem to have affected anything, but you don't like to hear comments like that where a manager is taking credit for things. Coffee says Koeman is killing Ricky Puig's time. He could have become a better player if he left Barca seriously. Probably. Game time does matter, so if your argument is that if he left, he'd get more playing time and would be a better player, I can't really disagree with you. Steve says, Antonio from West Ham would tear La Liga. You should go for him if he continues this form. I do like Antonio. Very strong, very pacey. Similar, I would say, not exactly, but similar to a Adama Traore. Not quite as buff, of course. But, yeah, I do like Antonio. He's strong. But I don't know. He's English, right? And a lot of English players do not like to leave England. And when they do, they don't typically come to La Liga. English players tend to stay in their home country. I mean, I guess you could say that for most of the European nations. But England and Italy tend to stay home the most, I think. Only one. What's up, dude? How you doing? Anyway, so we got the aftermath. Barcelona squad name for champ. Barcelona leaders hold meeting until 2 a.m. after Bayern Munich defeat. Ay. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at it. Barcelona leaders hold meeting until 2 a.m. after Barcelona. Excuse me. Let's try to read that again with real words this time. Barcelona's leaders hold meeting until 2 a.m. after Bayern Munich defeat. So we talking about club leaders or boardroom leaders? All is not well at Barcelona, but that's no secret. Their 3-0 defeat to Bayern Munich on Tuesday, blah, blah, blah. In the early hours of Wednesday morning, the club's senior officials met. President Joan Laporta was joined by Vice President Rafa Yuste and CEO Mateu Almane. Both Almane and Yuste left around 2 a.m. while Laporta stayed put at the Camp Nou for longer. It's not expected that any drastic decisions would have been made overnight, and everybody knows that Barcelona are not at Bayern's level anymore. Even Gerard Piqué said it is what it is afterwards. Bayern's superiority was clear once again, and now Ronald Koeman must just find himself in the eye of the That sentence doesn't make sense. And now Ronald Koeman might. Guys, I'm clearly going to need more coffee today so I can get through the day. Bayern's superiority was clear once again, and now Ronald Koeman might just find himself in the eye of the storm. End of article. Well, once again, if you're going by Instagram, the hashtag right now is Koeman out. So, Steve, I don't know if you're right about that, unless he's switched nationalities, which he could. I know, Sterling is in the same situation. He could be English. He could go for Jamaica. That's what it was, Coffee. His quote was that Barca has a future thanks to him. Yeah. Coffee, you did tell me I was drinking too much caffeine last night. I got a little bit of a caffeine hangover, and now I need to drink some just to get caught up again. Only one says that was a horrible game. Bayern played amazing, though. I disagree, dude. I mean, yes, if you look just at the results, or if you put certain aspects of it in a vacuum, like the fact that we didn't get any shots. miserable. The fact that we couldn't get out of our own half at times, miserable. The fact that we had no pace or creativity on the wings for most of the match, not great. The fact that we could not connect Luke de Jong with any of the other players up top, that they just couldn't find each other, that's a big problem. The fact that we lost 3-0 to Bayern Munich with the club that we have, with the injuries that we're dealing with, PK said it best. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So it's not that big of a letdown for me, honestly. I think if you take away the 2 goals that were the most unlucky, this could have been 1-0. This could have been 1-0, and then nobody's saying this, you know? Ronald Koeman got the starting lineup wrong. He switched it out. We played better. We gave up 3 unlucky goals, 2 of them very unlucky. And no, I just don't. Who do you want to bring in? It's the same question. We talked about this all summer long till I was blue in the face. Who do you bring in to replace Ronald Koeman? We don't have any other options, and we literally have no other options now that it's September. Any coach that was going to be with a team this year is with somebody. It is what it is. Messi, you sure? I'm looking at myself on my monitor. Is anybody else not seeing the picture right now? Steve said, football comes around in circles. You'll be back. And as a United fan, I know we've been shocking for 10 years. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't take us 10 years. I mean, I think United could have turned things around earlier. They've got a strong club. You really, really do. And I think you could have done more in the previous years up until now. So hopefully it doesn't take Barcelona as long to get back up to the top. But you're right. It goes in cycles. And honestly, guys, this isn't like a long fall from the top. This has been a slow parachute down to where we are right now. And then it was just kind of a rough landing with Messi leaving this summer. Since Neymar left, this club has not been an elite club. We've just been kidding ourselves. We've been patching together a starting 11, signing players like Paulinho and Vidal and Braithwaite and Luke de Jong. We haven't brought in a superstar that's worked out. Griezmann, Coutinho, Dembele, Aguero. Since Neymar. Well, Suarez. You know what I mean? So it's been 2017-18, 18-19, 19-20, which got interrupted, and now we're in the end 2021. So for the last 4 seasons, we've just watched Barcelona decline to where we are now. Doesn't mean that we're done. Doesn't mean we won't get back up and keep going. In fact, it's quite the opposite. We will move on. We will get back up to that elite club status because that's in our DNA. Can't stop, won't stop. This club and this community remain undefeated. All right, my friends, that's going to do it for today. We're going to be here on Friday morning for Wake Up and Barca. We'll do a little bit of a pregame show, but the real pregame show will be Monday. Barcelona not playing over the weekend. They're playing Granada on Monday. It is 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. As I mentioned, I've got work, so I'm going to miss the first half. I hope that everyone comes and joins me for the second half. But like I said, before that, we've got Wake Up in Barca on Friday and Monday, 7 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I hope you all have a good day. I want to thank you for starting your day with me, coming in and hanging out, catching up on all the Barcelona news as we do on Wake Up and Barca. So that's going to be it, friends. I love you guys. I appreciate you spending the time with me. Thank you all for tuning in and taking a ride. We'll see y'all next time. Mwah.